Electroville is a social enterprise providing ICT support and services to the voluntary sector across Yorkshire and Humber. The first step is for one or two representatives of each organisation to attend our social media workshop. We're going to start off by looking at your goals, because it's all very well looking at social media, but in order for us to do that effectively, it has to help you to achieve what your organisation is setting out to do. So on your desk you have the Social Media Planning Guide for Voluntary Sector Organisations. The Social Media Planning Guide is a step-by-step process to help organisations to work their way through to developing a social media strategy. Social media itself, though, is a bit of a minefield. I certainly found it a minefield when I started off first of all. There's a huge range of social media available out there, and we try to sift through that to focus on the ones that really matter. We're going to spend a little bit extra time on Facebook this afternoon than the other tools, but we're going to look at Facebook, we're going to look at Twitter, we're going to look at blogging, we're going to look at YouTube. Those are going to be our main focuses. We also look at the positive and negative beliefs surrounding social media and how an organisation can deal with the issues that come up as a result of those. There are positives and negatives about social media, no doubt about it. And what we need to be able to do is to try and separate out our beliefs from the practical applications of social media if we're going to use social media in a constructive way.
I think there's sometimes too much information as well. There's a lot of rubbish you have to wade through to find something interesting.
You've got to be aware that whatever social media you're using, transparency is the name of the game. You never put anything up there you don't want everyone in the whole world to know about. The workshop is also a great opportunity for the organisations to ask me questions, to talk to each other and ask each other questions as well. After all, social media is all about interaction and building relationships.
I think we would like to say, this is happening, people want your views on this. Go to a Survey Monkey questionnaire, link to that, or put your feedback here, or have a blog where you can have some more information about a particular issue that perhaps is a bit more weighty and in-depth, that needs a bit more sort of understanding before you can feed back on it.
Following the workshop, we will look at what it is that they are trying to achieve through their strategy and what are the best ways of going about doing that. One of the organisations that we worked with is the Hollybank Trust. They're based in Mirfield in West Yorkshire. I've come to Hollybank Trust today to meet up with Rosie, Suzanne and Dane. And today we're going to be focusing on Twitter, looking at helping them to use that really effectively. They did have a bit of an understanding of social media. But like so many people who are working with social media, it's all very well to use it, but using it well is another matter. So they were struggling to use social media in a meaningful way.
Simon came here and we showed him what we were already doing on Facebook, and then he went into a lot more detail about how to increase your likes, what we could do with going on our supporters pages and liking them and sharing things. So we went away and we had a look at a lot of similar organisations' pages, and we went on and liked their pages and asked them to come and like ours, or we put posts on there and asked them to come to our page. Since then we've increased our likes from, I think we were on about 90, and now we've got 260 likes and 30 people talking about us. But that obviously varies, but we've noticed that everything's increased quite a lot since we started doing it. Most charities now, if they haven't already got a social media strategy, they're starting to look at maybe using social media somehow. We've gone from maybe the occasional press release for a big event that's happening here to being able to send things out every day and post them on our Facebook.
Probably their greatest achievement is they've been inspired to do a fantastic video, a sort of song, dance, general, really good fun type video.
We wanted something different, something to make people smile and laugh and see that at Hollybank there's a lot of joy, a lot of happiness, see the positive side. I got on board the staff, supporters, residents, parents, and also we have a partnership with Huddersfield Town Football Club, and their ambassador, Andy Booth, who is a football legend around these parts, he agreed to take part as well. And they've promised to show the video at half-time during the next football season in one of their matches, so we're very excited about that. The residents and the staff have all seen it now, and they all loved it, and they're really pleased that they took part. And now this video, in a way, it's sort of pulled everyone together, which was one of the other ideas behind it. We wanted to make everyone feel part of the whole.
At this stage in the process, Hollybank Trust have been working now with Facebook and with YouTube. They're about halfway through the social media training. The next stage, what we're going to be working on today, is helping them to make the best use of Twitter, and then we'll be trying to pull all of that together so that they have a complete, workable social media strategy. There's all sorts of different things that you can put up, so it's a good idea to have a sort of a list of categories of the sorts of stuff that you are tweeting about. So obviously we avoid the things like what you had for breakfast and how you're on the train and that sort of carry on. You always have in your mind, well, why would somebody respond to this, or why would somebody retweet this? Now, when you're putting up a message which captures people's imaginations, and they want to tell other people about whatever it is that you're putting up. Now, it might just simply be events, and they retweet it, so you're actually putting up information which you're putting out there. And that's all very well, that's fine, but really, ideally, you want people responding to you and retweeting.
My fundraising colleagues are really keen to explore Twitter in more detail, because they feel that Twitter is particularly good for helping to promote charities and charitable events. So we're all excited to see what we can produce on our Twitter account now. Well, we have news from the school. So say, for example, we've got the Hollybank Games later in the year.
Okay.
So we could put little snippets about how people are doing and who's won medals and this sort of thing. We're having a goal shootout, and we're having a wheelchair relay race.
Fantastic.
And some swimming. Yeah. And there's a few other things. There's a trampoline high jump, I think. Yeah,
brilliant. So actually, do you know what? If you can be tweeting about those sorts of things on the day, but beforehand, so telling people about it beforehand, on the day when it's happening, and don't just provide it as information, though. Give it a story, put a bit of you into it, put a bit of, how excited you are, what's happening, and get people involved, if you can, with those sorts of things that are going on.
I feel a lot more confident. Before, I didn't really know what I was doing. I mean, I've had my own account there for a couple of years and occasionally put photographs on, but that's pretty much it. And I didn't really work out the timelines and the possibilities. So I do feel like I've learned a massive amount. I think there's always more things to find out about, and social media is growing and changing every day. So I think it's fantastic to have somebody like Simon at the end of the phone. We're only halfway through this programme, and I already feel as though our social media strategy has absolutely paid off, and it's all down to Electroville's help. So I would recommend this to any other organisation.
One of the issues that comes up quite often is how to manage the overwhelming amount of information that comes through Twitter. To help with that, we show them how to create a list. So setting up a list to focus on the key organisations that they want to really network with and to build up those relationships with. So the list just shows the news feed from those smaller number of organisations on that list. Much more manageable. The feedback that we've received from the organisations that have completed the programme has been fantastic. The organisations have been able to show that they have made a significant difference in many people's lives through good use of social media. Our aim was to help voluntary organisations use social media as effectively and as efficiently as possible. We have done that, and we continue to do that with great success.